What's a company secret you can share now that you don't work there? I worked at this massive popular pizza chain for 3 years. You know, the one with the red roof and the famous 30-minute delivery promise. What I'm about to tell you will probably ruin pizza for you forever, but people absolutely deserve to know the truth about what they're really eating. On my very first day of training, my manager Kevin pulled me aside after the morning rush and said, "There's something important you need to know about our cheese." I figured he was going to teach me about different types of mozzarella or proper storage temperatures or whatever normal pizza knowledge I'd need for the job. Instead, he walked me straight to the walk-in freezer and pointed to these absolutely massive bags labeled Premium Mozzarella Blend. The bags were enormous, like 50 pounds each, stacked from floor to ceiling against the back wall. Then he grabbed a box cutter from his belt and sliced one of them open. Inside wasn't cheese at all. It was this white, rubbery substance that felt exactly like silly putty when you touched it. Kevin explained that real cheese had become too expensive for their profit margins, so corporate had quietly switched to this cheese-flavored polymer about 5 years ago without telling customers. It melts like cheese, tastes like cheese, but it's basically edible plastic, he said with a completely straight face. The customers have absolutely no idea what they're eating, and corporate saves millions of dollars every single quarter. I was absolutely horrified and disgusted. This stuff wasn't even listed properly in the ingredients anywhere. The boxes just said cheese product, which apparently was perfectly legal somehow because of these weird food labeling loopholes that big companies exploit. But it gets so much worse than just fake cheese. Kevin showed me how we had to prepare it every single morning before opening. We'd dump these white rubbery chunks into this massive machine that looked like a wood chipper mixed with an industrial blender. It would grind everything up and spray it with this bright yellow liquid called flavor enhancer. The smell was absolutely awful and made me gag, like cleaning chemicals mixed with spoiled milk and something metallic I couldn't even identify. We had to wear those paper surgical masks while operating the machine, but customers were eating this processed garbage every single day. I asked Kevin what happened to employees who talked about this fake cheese situation. He just pointed to this official poster in the break room about confidentiality agreements and said 3 different people had been immediately fired last year for violating trade secrets. He said corporate had teams of lawyers who would sue anyone who leaked any information. The really sick part was watching families come in for birthday parties and celebrations. Little kids getting so excited about their favorite pizza while we knew they were basically eating flavored rubber that cost the company pennies to produce instead of real food. I started feeling genuinely guilty every single time I handed someone their order, especially the regular customers who came in weekly with their kids thinking they were getting quality real food for their hard-earned money. One night that really got to me, this mom came in with her 5-year-old daughter. The kid had been asking for pizza all week because it was her absolute favorite food in the world. I watched her take that first big bite and smile so huge, telling her mom it was the best pizza she'd ever tasted. That exact moment is when I decided I couldn't do this job anymore. I quit the very next week without giving any notice, even though I desperately needed the income. But here's the absolutely crazy kicker to this whole story. 6 months after I left that job, the local news station ran this huge investigative report about widespread food fraud in major chain restaurants. Turns out someone had leaked extremely detailed information about the fake cheese operation to an investigative reporter. The story went completely viral nationwide. The pizza chain got hit with massive class action lawsuits from every single state in the country. They had to pay out over $40 million in settlements and completely overhaul all their recipes. They also had to put up official signs in every restaurant location admitting they used cheese alternatives and offering full refunds to anyone who felt deceived. The company's stock price crashed so hard they almost went completely bankrupt. 3 top executives got fired immediately, the CEO was forced to resign, and they had to permanently close over 200 locations nationwide. I never officially admitted I was the whistleblower who leaked everything, but I kept that original confidentiality agreement they made me sign on my first day. It's framed in my kitchen now as a daily reminder that some promises definitely aren't worth keeping when people's health is involved.